This planted 10 gallon is doing quite well with 2 Amano shrimp, a couple different species of Anubias, dwarf Sagittaria, broadleaf Sagittaria, and Java moss on various types of driftwood. But I'd like to have a planted 10 gallon in my bedroom again, so I'm going to put one together. On the very bottom, I want to have a little bit of potting soil to give it some extra fertilizer, and then hopefully in the long run I won't have to add much liquid fertilizer to keep the plants healthy. Because fluval stratum is so light, the plants don't seem to take root very well. So underneath the fluval stratum, I wanted to put fluorite black. Now it has nutrients in it, and many rinse it before putting it in the tank. Well, there are pros and cons to doing that. On the plus side, this stuff does cloud the water for a few days, and if you rinse it, it'll clear up a lot quicker. But on the negative side, that's washing away a lot of the nutrients that have been added for the plants. So I'm not in any hurry here. I'll go ahead and put it in unrinsed. And give it a while to clear up. Now for the fluval stratum. This is volcanic soil for planted aquariums. Now to make this scape look a bit more interesting and to give something for Anubias to attach, I want to add some more pieces of driftwood. Now this is Mopani driftwood. The driftwood ornament in the back is Malaysian driftwood. Really not supposed to mix different types of driftwood together, but I'm hoping that this will look pretty good overall. I'll play with that some more and see what it looks like after I get the water nice and clear and have the plants ready to attach to the driftwood. Now that I've got some idea where I want to put the driftwood, I'm going to add the water to the scape. There you have it. Now to wait for the water to clear up. I'm taking this shot from pretty far back because I figure the camera is not going to focus very well on this cloudy water. Let's see what happens when I zoom in a bit. As you can see, some of the driftwood is still trying to float. So once that calms down, I'll set them back in place, and then when the water clears, I can get the plants. Whatever this piece of driftwood had, either some detritus or some dead algae, it's given this fungus something to consume, and what I want to do at this point is remove that piece of driftwood, clean it off, possibly let it sit out in the sun for a day before returning it to the tank. When I first set the tank up, I thought that this piece of driftwood was trying to float, but I believe it was just displaced when I added the water. So you can see after 10 days the water is pretty clear, but I want to give it some more time and a water change or two before I add any plants. I ordered 2 packages of plants on eBay, one from California, which was shipped 10 days ago, and the other from Florida, which was shipped 4 days ago. So I'm most worried about the one that's been in shipping for 10 days. Let's open it up and see if they survived. 3 Anubias barteri are still alive in this package. Looks pretty good. Well, they are quite dry, so hopefully they will survive. The second order of plants is pearlweed. That's Hemianthus micranthemoides. And the seller has gone to quite some length to protect the plants with bubble wrap. That's a good sign. This was buy one get one free. The other was buy 2 get 1 free. So I got 3 Anubias and 2 times 5 clumps of pearlweed. So that's, the inner bag is leaking. Pearlweed, I hope that these will recover. Doesn't seem to be a lot of rot. We'll see how they do. I've used string to tie the Anubias to driftwood. Here's the first piece. I said string. This is actually just dark brown sewing thread. Here's the second plant. And the thread should rot away. Hopefully the Anubias roots and rhizome will grasp the driftwood and hold it in place as it grows. Here's the third one. Now that I have the Anubias basically where I want them, I'm going to try and plant the pearlweed. Now that there is 0 ammonia in the tank, I went to my local pet store to purchase White Cloud Mountain minnows. Unfortunately, they only had 3 left, and these are extremely tiny, might even suffer from hollow belly. But I strained some small Daphnia and put them in the tank now that they've acclimated, and they're going after them. With small fish like this, it's very difficult to acclimate them successfully. The tank water at the pet store, of course, was probably about 78 degrees. But you'll notice that I didn't put a heater in this tank, and that's why I wanted to get white clouds, because they don't require a heater. So I took a whole hour to acclimate these fish to temperature and to the water parameters very slowly. I'm hopeful that they'll survive and enjoy this setup. I believe this planted 10-gallon turned out pretty good. Now that the white clouds have had something to eat and had a chance to explore the tank. They're coloring up and appear to be healthy. I think that the pearlweed will look better when it begins to fill in. Once it's had a chance to acclimate and adjust to this tank, I believe I can begin snipping the plants in half and replanting them. And hopefully that'll get thicker and thicker, produce a lush carpet. I also think that the Anubias barteri are going to be healthy. A few brown spots, a few holes in a leaf here and there, but overall I think they're doing well.